Hello everyone, welcome to the session 17 in Jenkins series. So in this session, we will see how you can build a Git project in Jenkins locally on a custom workspace. Okay, so I will have some my own project available in my Git repository, so that I want to build using the Jenkins job. Okay, so that Jenkins is running on my local machine, and that I want to build on a custom workspace, not on the default workspace. Okay, so before we see the custom workspace and default Jenkins workspace, if you are new to the Jenkins, what you have to do is you need to install the Jenkins on local machine first. Okay, so in real-time project, our Jenkins server will be on some server. Okay, you just need to log in using your credentials and you can start using the Jenkins. Okay, but on the local machine on your own laptop, you can just install the Jenkins. Okay, I have already created video in this series, so just install the Jenkins, and we need to run any main project available in the Git. Okay, create any main project in your Eclipse and push that main project to the Git. Okay, that also available, that video is also available, how you can push your main project from Eclipse to the your Git repository. So that project we are going to run with the Jenkins job. So when we run any GitHub maven project with the help of Jenkins job, the Jenkins will clone whole project to a default workspace. Okay, that we called as a build workspace location. Okay, so it will copy all the project, all the files from that project from the Git to the Jenkins workspace. So that is our default workspace, and then it will build that project. That means it will compile, run the test case, and it will create your war file or jar files for the project. Okay, at the same workspace location. So first let's go and run any maven project from the Git in the Jenkins default workspace location. Okay, and then we will see how you can change that location to a custom workspace location. So this is the project copy data. So this project is available on my GitHub repository. So this project I want to run from my Jenkins running on my local system. Okay, so I have already logged in into my Jenkins server. Okay, so to run any maven project from the Jenkins, we need to create a Jenkins job, right? So click on new item, give some name, let's say custom freestyle project. You can use the maven project as well. Okay, so here need to select the Git. So this is the project I want to run from the Git. So this is my repository URL. Okay, so default branch is master, right? This is the master branch, and scroll down. In the build step, I will give, let's say, invoke top level maven targets. Okay, so maven version, maven home. So maven version is maven home. So how we can set this maven home is already covered in the previous session. So goal, we need to provide some goal to run any maven project, that is to run the pom.xml file. So I will give clean and let's say install. Okay, so all the pages up to the install phase will be run, okay, one by one. So it will clean the project, it will compile your test cases, right? It will create the class files, and then it will run your test cases, and then it will create the jar, and it will install at the local M2 repository as well. So that's it. Click on apply and save. Okay, so once we run this project, right, the Jenkins project, it will copy all the project from the GitHub repository, and it will keep all those files, okay, that project into the default Jenkins workspace location. So click on build now. Okay, so here you can see that building in workspace. So this is the default Jenkins workspace on my local system. So Jenkins is running on my local laptop, right? So this is the default workspace location. See program data Jenkins, this workspace folder, and depending upon your project name, it will create the folder, and inside this folder all the files from this Git will be copied, and then it will build that project. So first step is to clone the remote Git repository, right? So that is already done. So it will compile the test cases, and then it will run the test cases as well. Okay, all the test cases got executed and completed, and all are passed, 0 failures, and then it will create the jar file. Okay, So I have not included the jar plugin in my pom.xml, that's why it is showing jar will be empty. Okay, and install, so it will install the jar on the local m2 repository on your local system as well. Okay, and build success. Okay, so this is my default Jenkins workspace location. Okay, so if I want to build this custom workspace project at some custom workspace on my local machine, okay, any location on the D drive or any other drive, then how we can do that? Instead of this default location, I want to build the Jenkins project on some other location. Okay, I don't want to build at this location. How we can do that? So very simple, just go to the configure. In the general section, click on advanced, then click on use custom workspace. So here you need to provide the directory path where you want to build this custom workspace Jenkins job. Okay, so any location from your local system you can provide here. So let's say I want to build that Jenkins projects at this location. So I will copy this location and add it here. Okay, and that's it. All things will be same as it is. Okay, click on apply and save. Okay, so before we build this project, let me show you the default workspace location. In the program data, we will have Jenkins. This is the .jenkins. Then we will have workspace, and depending upon your Jenkins jobs, it will create the separate folder. So this is the project that we have built few minutes before. Okay, so all the projects, all the files from the Git, it has copied and it has built that project. And under target folder, you will find the class files for the test and also the jar file. Okay, so now instead of this location, I am going to build my project at this custom workspace location. Okay, so that we have already said, just click on build now, and let's check the console output for the second build. And here itself it will show you building in workspace D drive Jenkins builds. Okay, so it will copy all the files from the Git into this folder now, and all other actions will be same: compiling test cases, running the test, and creating the jar and installing the jar, and build success. Okay, so it has created and built the jar at this location, Jenkins builds target folder, and this is the name of your jar file depending upon your project name, main project name. Okay, so let's check out that workspace. Okay, this is the build Jenkins builds. So you can see all the files it has copied from the Git. The target folder you will find the jar file as well. Okay, so this is how you can, if there is a need that you want to build your Jenkins job at some custom workspace instead of some default workspace location, then you can follow these steps. So thanks for watching guys. I will see you in the next video soon.